What's up, guys? Back with another game here. This one is called Dungeonmans. This is a traditional roguelike that I came across that's pretty cool. Yeah, lately I've been really into traditional roguelikes and colony sims, so I've kind of been jumping between those two games currently. But this is a cool game. It's a traditional roguelike where, the overland map is static, I think. I could be wrong. And then all the dungeons and stuff you go in are all randomized, right? And it's got a cool system where you kind of build up a castle to further help your other characters, right? So this is a traditional roguelike, but it does have some roguelite elements in ways by like upgrading your castle, carrying on different knowledge to another character, and stuff like that. So I figured we'd just jump in and do a run. If I make it 40 minutes, I make it 40 minutes. If not, you'll kind of get to see a death and all that. So we're going to start a new academy. Our story begins in a forgotten age, a legend lost in histories that were buried in an old myth. Yada, yada, yada. So this game has a unique sense of humor. It's not over the top. It's very, it's pretty casual and low key, but it's cool. Um, so yeah, no, don't be silly. The hero is not you. So it's basically telling you you're gonna die, right? Wild continent. The continent we'll call Bathory. If you know, you know. And you can do a heroic adventure where, like I said, you can set yourself up for further characters, or you can do an Iron Man. So we'll just start with heroic. And this is basically telling us about our Dungeonmans Academy and all that. Some lore here that you guys can read if you want. What is our name? Let's go Hippie. Now, when you're making your character, you get a randomized block of stuff here. These are what you get. If you don't like any of these and you select this option, this character named Hippie is done. You cannot use this character anymore. Granted, it's brand new. You could go and just make another, change the name. And for this video, I think I'm going to go ranged just because it is the easiest. And then I can kind of show you guys a little bit more of the game maybe without dying. And I think that uses skill. So in this game you have strength, which increases health, stamina, all damage slightly, melee damage. You have skills, which is accuracy and range damage, science, So we're gonna pick one of these blocks that has this has good strength and skill. Foom is our magic, which we won't really use, but we're gonna take this block solely based on these two 15s here, I think. And then here you can pick what class you want to be. Rangermans, obviously ranged. Fightermans, wizard, banner, necro, outdoorsman, psycho, southern gentlemen's. We're just gonna go rangers. And then here you get to pick two perks. What I do is world champions, so it just spawns more bosses in the world, so that'll give us more XP, more items, more magical items quicker. So we'll pick world champion, and honestly, it's been so long since I've played this, I do not remember what I would pick for my second one. Let's see, deal more damage when you're gravely injured. Stamina recovery ticks faster and is more potent. I mean, stamina would be good, right? For a ranger. Take 30% less fire and ice damage, deal 30% more. Okay. Immune to bleeding. Mono perk, I don't know what that is. First potion you drink in a round does not cost you an action. Using stamina-based power creates strain for 2 rounds instead of 5. Maybe that one is what I used to go with. I can't remember. Yeah, let's go with tireless. And now you get to choose just what you want to look like based on some pre-made characters here. I usually just go with this guy, right? Archer. Got our guy, hippie. Let's do it. So this is the castle that you start at, and this is kind of your castle. I'm not going to read all this stuff. I am going to click through it though. Basically, he's telling us, you know, after every run, we can come back here and we can give this guy, I think, knowledge or something, or items. This guy can identify items for us, stuff like that. We'll find books and notes out in the world we can give to our librarian, and our library will get bigger. So each character we start, when this guy dies, we'll start with additional knowledge about creatures and whatnot. Same thing kind of goes with our chemist or alchemy here. She'll be able to make us potions, and our blacksmith, weapons, obviously. I'm just going to talk to these guys, make sure. Yeah, so this guy, the armory, we can get rid of gear, upgrade gear, all that kind of stuff, which we're not going to be doing yet. They do kind of get in the way sometimes, which is annoying, but that's alright. Yeah, bring books I don't want back to him. We can do that. So that's our castle, which we'll eventually be upgrading. Down here, that's just a statue. This guy is our trainer. So every time we respawn with a new character, we can come to him and get our stats that we've carried over and assign them. I don't think we can do anything right now. Yeah, okay. And then over here is our graveyard, eventually. You'll see all your fallen heroes. Here's kind of our stat sheet, right? We can do our inventory. Nice little doll here, character doll thingy. We obviously don't have anything. I don't know if there is a mission log, but we're just gonna go out. If I can remember how, I think we have to go this way. We're just gonna dive into a dungeon. Do I want to leave? Yes. So here's the overworld map. I believe this is static, but anytime you enter one of these locations, it's randomized, right? Let's see what we're starting with. So we're starting with a Terra bow. There's that little sense of humor coming in. And then we also have yesterday's knife for melee, and that's about it, and a rebel's leather. So we're bare bones in it. And let's go into this dungeon here. Also, if you look on the left here, we start with 2 moves. We have a quick dash and a stick and move, which jumps out of the way and shoots an arrow, which is pretty cool. And I know there's a bunch of hotkeys for games like this, but since I'm the ranger, I'm just going to be clicking most of the time. That's why it's easy. We're going to click around this map, defeat monsters, and clear all the floors, hopefully, and find some gear, and progress. There's some coins there, some coins here. Here we have a guy coming in. He is in range of my bow, so we're going to pop a shot at him. Easy kill. Here's another one. He is blocked, I think, by this leather drying rack. See, Ranger is pretty easy in the first starting dungeons, if I remember correctly. Kill all these guys. Looks like there's a scroll here. Let's grab that and look at that. So a scroll, what does it do? So this game you're going to find a bunch of unidentified stuff, which I think you can either test in game, but they could be bad, right? Or you can take them back to your castle and have them identified. So we're not going to mess with that scroll just yet. We're going to continue on. We got a dungeon crab rat here. So this is one of those games that they only move when you take a move, Easy kill. We have a scroll bold coming up. A couple of them actually. Once this guy comes in, we'll use one of our. So now we're going to use our number 2 ability, which is going to shoot an arrow at him and back up to any of these squares that we choose. Looks like he dropped some sandals. Flippy floppies. I'm not sure if I can use those. Let's see. Light armor, can't use. Nope, I think I use medium armor. Collect all this stuff, break these things. We got here Iron-esque Zweihander. Not sure what that is. So you want to go around and collect everything. Got a potion there. That's pretty cool. We got here green slime. Dead. Some blandles. Can we wear those? We can wear blandles. Look at that. 3 armor, 8 dodge. See, here's a book. I think you can read them too. If it seems it might be something that you can use. Let's see. Consume this book to gain 1 point in gyroscopic combat at range. So I believe that is mages or sorcerers or something. So I'm not going to read that. I'm just going to turn that in to my librarian. So we got anything else down here? Ooze following me. Get out of here. Gotcha. Tab is map. Shows you down levels and up levels, enemies, and where you haven't been. And I believe it shows you some treasures sometimes. At least items, maybe. Let's head back this way. Break these. Shoot at that guy. Drop the scroll. You know what? Let's see if we can use a scroll. Maybe not. Maybe we can't use them until they're identified. It's been so long since I've played this. Keep clearing this dungeon out. And we got a level up. That's an exciting screen. So we're going to click over here. So since we're a ranger, we started with basic archery. There's some interesting stuff in here. You can dual wield. So dual wielding is actually pretty nice for a ranger. If you get overwhelmed and you're doing a lot of close quarters combat, it is nice to dual wield. And that's just in the adventure tab. You can do shield craft as well. You can armor. So yep, we already have 1 thing in medium armor unlocked, so we can keep going into that if we choose, or you know, we could click all 3 of these, then we'd be able to wear all armor that we find. Might be spreading yourself a little thin there, but some more archer skills, necromancer, bannerman. So this is another class, I believe. Southern gentleman. What else do we got here? Psychomancer, outdoorsman, field work. So this is just broad. So this is gives you a better dungeon sense. Combat bonus on the overworld. And then masters, I'm not sure what that is. I think we are going to go... Let's get this Shellbreaker shot. So when you do select a skill, be sure to equip it. And then drop the Psycho Focus. As you trade more Psychomancy, okay, looks like it's an enchantment. A talisman that serves as a gateway for energy from the outside world to join with the Psychomancer's internal focus. It is a one-way conduit. The exit is located at... See, I'm not really sure what that is yet. We'll have to bring that back to the castle. Grab these coins. This monster here, Horkiuk Warthunt, he's a boss. You can tell he's got this pulsating red thing. So that guy's a boss. So let's do a heavy shot on him. Simple shot. One more simple, and then we'll do our... Oh, we got him. So now we're about to pick up a proof of strength. Strength, basically. What we do is we pick this up and bring it back to our castle as proof we killed that boss. And we're just going to keep clearing this floor out. Make sure we grab everything. There's a door spike. I've never really used one of those yet. Here's some more blandles. Make sure we got everything. And we're going to go down the ladder. Take a look around. See, now we already... These guys heal. I'm pretty sure. These shamans. So we want to get rid of those. We also have a boss right here. So we may want to stay close to these steps in case we have to run up. Let's see if we can just get rid of this guy. Okay. Get rid of this healer here. Now, when they're one spot away, my guy uses his knife. We're doing okay. We took a little bit of damage. Now let's jump out of the way here. Let's go up here. Kill these healers. I am actually really hurt right now, so we need to get out of here. Do I have a remove poison potion? Well, that ain't gonna help. Usually, you know, if I get something like a potion, I'll hotkey it. I just wanted to double check though. Okay. Bad guy here. We got him. Make sure there's no other ones lurking. We got 12 health right now. Here's something down here. Got them. Now, if they have these items have blue sparkles coming off of them, or sparkles for that matter, I believe it means they're magical. So now we're gonna right click and rest until healed. As long as there's no enemies around, our health went up and our stamina went up. So we're gonna grab this strength. See another couple enemies down here. One shot those. We're gonna pick up this mini cloak. These coins. Indigo elixir. Priceless and rare historical artifact. Interesting. Oh, we just got to this floor, didn't we? That was quite a fight right away. Looks like a wand of some sort. Let's check our gear here. See if there's anything we can't use. Not really. So we need to get these identified. Because I can't remember if this game has curses, if you can put on stuff that's bad, or... So what is this? Return this to the Academy Headmaster. And same with this. Okay, so we do have an Academy tab, which is nice. And we don't really have anything to equip right now. A boomerang. Get rid of that guy. As far as I know, I don't think you can do anything with these things. Yeah, so let's say we were playing on, our third or fourth character at this academy. There's a good chance the scrolls and stuff, and maybe even the gear I'm picking up, would be identified, right? Because I passed that knowledge on with previous characters. So that's cool. So since this is our first character at this academy, we're not going to know what any of this stuff is we're picking up, really. And there is a wait button, so you can kind of wait for enemies to come to you. This early in the game, I normally don't start using that till later, until I have to really buckle down and get tactical and think about my moves. Even though we did almost just die back there. That would have been embarrassing. Another level up. I see another guy over here. Let's take care of him. We could go with Power Drive, a powerful explosive arrow. Or we can shoot many arrows. Or we could even take so we can your ability to sense hidden objects and dangerous situations is enhanced, building on top of the knowledge gained at the Academy Library. Let's take that. Kind of sounds fun, right? Whoa! Where do you guys come from? Not cool. Let's see if we can get this dungeon done. Another healer thing over here. Let's pop a heavy shot at him. Okay, probably something in here. We did not finish exploring that way. We'll go that way quick. There's usually multiple stairs to the other floors around here, so this is not too much backtracking in this game. Plus, we're getting all the XP we can by killing all these monsters. Oh yeah, there's stuff over here I didn't even grab yet. Grab those. Alright. Now let's head down a floor. Let's check my potions, make sure I didn't... So we got mana potion, I'm not going to use that. If I get some health potions, I'll put them on my hotbar. So now this is a boss. He is calling me out, basically. I really didn't want to meet him this early. But it is what it is. So we're going to try to kill him. Got him. So some of these boss fights, especially when you kind of get caught off guard or there's multiple enemies, as you can see here, there's a bunch of these kobolds around. You really need to start using your skills and paying attention to what's going on. Your first true victory over the forces of evil. Congratulations are in order, but don't get too distracted by the shiny loots. Are there still monsters nearby? Yeah, I can see them, dude. Are you bleeding or poisoned? I don't think so. Don't let your guard down. Cave, Catus, Custoditi. Got it. And now we just have to survive these guys here. So after a boss is dead, a portal opens up, which will take you to the mainland, but I want to finish exploring. Actually, I might die here. Yep, I died. That's alright. That's what these games are. So my guy died. You can see your final XP total, which is kind of cool because you can, obviously get further every time, beat your previous run. I was a level 3. So now if we return to main menu, we go to load game, Bathory, candidate's name, hips, and we'll take this block. Let's just do another Rangerman. Same everything. And we go to our castle here. And we go down here. And we see our dead guy in our graveyard. Brave hippie. It's kind of funny. So now if you go here to this guy, since I didn't make it back, I might not have any stats to get from him, right? Yeah. So in a perfect world, I would have made it back here with my previous character. I would have dropped off those items to the headmaster, the book to the librarian, maybe some stuff over here if I had them. And then I would talk to this guy and save some stats for this character. But since I didn't make it back, yeah, it didn't work. So we're just gonna go back out now. Because we lost all our stuff. And I don't remember if it stays here. Or if this reloads. It does look like it reloads. But let's go see if my gear is still there. Let's go see if, like my body is, if I can recover that. We'll just kind of fly through this quick. Got a chest piece already. Unidentified though. Boss ooze ain't got nothing on me. Battle Bath and Beyond. Got our level up. So I think this time we're actually going to take dual wield right away. Let's live dangerously. Have all this gear. There's a bow. We'll check our gear here in a second. So if you like loot, if you like randomness, if you like trying to beat the previous run, roguelikes, roguelites, and you don't mind this type of graphical presentation, this game is awesome and has great replayability. This dungeon will not win me. Alright, let's take a look at our gear here. Use Caster's Skirt, which I cannot use. This is better. It is unidentified. Can I equip this? I can. Alright, well let's roll with that. We don't know what it does yet, but what about weapons? We did get a discount short bow, which is better than our Terra bow, so we'll put that on. Make sure there's nothing up here. Good. And let's go down a floor. Flippy floppies we cannot wear unless we spec into the light armor tree. Doing work. Chest piece. Which I don't think we can wear that either, unless we spec into heavy armor. caster. We're getting a lot of gear. Let's just try not to die this time, right? Combat tunic. We might be able to use that. Get out of here. Alright, make sure, let's see. Grab this stuff. Level up. What does this do? Dashing charge with dual wield, or let's take that heavy arrow again. That thing's pretty powerful. Did we have any melee stuff? No, we do not. Flippy floppies we cannot wear. This is the same exact thing, unidentified. So we're pretty much wearing what we can right now. Copper longsword, we might be able to use that instead of our dagger. Yeah. We can, so we'll put, yeah, we'll do a wield. Now our melee is quite a bit stronger. Nothing there. Kill you. I just want to see if my body's there. Oh, here's a boss. Hit him with the 3. Hit him with the 2. Back up again with the 1. Dead. And there's usually stuff in these little like corner things like these. Alright, good enough. We didn't level up, and so let's go down to, I believe, the final floor. See if we can not die this time. It's a new bow, which is better. So we're gonna use that. And we really should have no problem. I think last time I just got maybe overrun. Spalitzer. Like a spear of some sort. Yep, there's my... So what happens when I interact with my dead body? Hippie was not a very powerful Dungeonmans, but even the most junior graduate from the academy has a force of will far stronger than the average man's. Some small essence of Hippie lingers here, and as you approach, it swirls around you, bestowing what power it can. They still talk about you, Hippie, and Academy Rec Room. The legend will never die. Alright, so what exactly... So all my stats increased by 1 when I found my body. I mean, I'll take it, right? So let's see if we can finish this dungeon here. Remove potion. Or remove poison, I mean. Potion. And let's see if we can make it back to the academy once. The creature, unable to speak yet still the undisputed king of the dungeon, sneers at you in feral challenge. That's right, you beast. Fight till the end. Best to be crushed while barking and howling. Okay, I don't see him yet. There he is. So we're going to take care of this guy. We're going to hit this guy with a heavy shot. Got him. Now we just gotta watch out for these remainder guys. Kill you. Kill you. Here's another boss, actually. Got him. Collect our riches. Yeah, looks like we got a boomerang, another sword we can dual wield. Some proofs of kills. Decent amount of stuff there. But we still got stuff around here too. Is that everything? Yeah, it looks like there's some loot and some enemies up here. And some unexplored stuff down here. Some barrels. So yeah, you know, if you guys made it this far, I appreciate it again. As always, I'm gonna get back to the castle here and kind of show you what that's all about. So I'll make sure I got everything. Alright, looks like we got everything, so let's head back to the portal. Oop, there's some more stuff. Another potion. Portal down here. Takes us back to the overland, tells us the dungeon is clear. Let's go back to the academy. So curious what happens if we talk to this guy right now? Nothing. Okay, so let's talk to this guy. Brought some relics back. So you give him some relics. You have the option to keep it and sell it or put it in the museum. So we'll put it in the museum. Congratulations, you have founded the Dungeonmans Academy Museum. Now, you and all future graduates will gain monster knowledge for each enemy defeated in battle. Monster knowledge will let you see more detailed information about your enemies in the field, as well as provide you with an edge in combat. When your knowledge reaches a certain point, you'll generate a book of the true things. Cool. See, now I got stuff to spend on my character or another character. Looks like we upgraded the library a little bit. You have expanded the library to level 1. Future graduates can visit the library to have scrolls up to tier 1 pre-identified. Also, there are bonus scrolls waiting for you in the Academy War chest, which is right here. Thank you. Go talk to this gal. We didn't find anything for her. Not really going to do anything with him yet. This is where our monster knowledge goes, so eventually there'll be statues there of all the monsters that we defeat. And I think this guy can actually identify... Yeah, my bags are overflowing with mysterious gear and bubbling potions. Can you identify all this for me? Boom. He identified everything. So now... Look at that, dodge is better, so we're going to wear that. Don't have anything in here we can use there. And we can... dual wield some stuff here. But yeah, if you guys made it this far, I appreciate it. That was Dungeonmans, really cool roguelike I enjoy. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.